Hello, everybody. We are live. Our first
Ooh.
live stream of the season. We are doing Critics' Choice nominations predictions, our final nomination predictions. Because I'm dumb, and I forgot that they were tomorrow. I got the Boy Genius album up there, but I'm girl dumb, and yeah. So we're just going to do predictions now because they're tomorrow, and
Why not? Why not? We need to get them done at some point. So, yeah, I mean, these are going to be interesting. Obviously, we saw the Globe nominations. They should help.
Yep.
We've seen critics groups happen continuously throughout the week. So there's some stuff to go on. Equally, we've seen critics
It's the
choice
Critics'
before. They
Choice.
do tend to just predict the Oscars or try to. So,
Yeah.
we could see safe stuff. Be interested to see how many noms they actually do in categories like director this year. Obviously,
They did 10
11
last year.
I
They
think
did 11
11,
last year. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, they did do 11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
who
don't know about
knows?
those.
Who knows?
Yeah. Hello to everybody in the chat. I see Black Toad, Ezra, hello, Aaron, Justin, Celtic. Hello, everybody. Yeah. So so we're just gonna go through the predictions. It's gonna be on a Google Doc. Like I said, last second because I'm dumb and I forgot they were tomorrow. I also have no clue when we're going to do the reactions tomorrow because I have a final and then a rehearsal for a thing, and I have no clue when it'll be out sometime. Anyways,
It'll be out sometime tomorrow.
Yeah. Hello. Cool. So let's pull up this document. Like I said, Google Doc because last second. Feel free in the chat to throw out your predictions. I also thought they were Thursday. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. That somebody must have said. I don't know.
At some point.
Yep, at some point. Cool. So we're just going to be looking through these. Feel free to throw out your suggestions in chat or your criticisms of what we're saying. Obviously, up here, we aren't going to do the Oppenheimer Barbie debate. I can put Oppenheimer up here, and I think it'll probably win Critics' Choice anyways. But Barbie's going number 2 because
and then put Killers 3, Poor Things 4.
Obviously,
fine.
like these are all the obvious ones. I mean, in like, I had a tweet that did kind of well after Globes, where it's just like there is just an obvious 8.
Yes, 100%. Just fill these ones out.
Yeah, a clear, obvious 8. So we can put in Poor Things. Order doesn't really matter here. The Holdovers is obviously going to be here.
Past Lives feels very strong.
Yeah. Okay. So if anybody was doubting Past Lives, it's not going anywhere.
It's not
going anywhere. Not going anywhere. It is,
and rightfully so.
here.
Right.
Yeah, it's brilliant movie. One of the best of the year. Maybe I don't know. It's really close between that and Perfect Days and everything for me. But yeah, great movie. Obviously here. And then we have American Fiction.
Yeah, or Maestro. Either way, they're both going in here.
Sure. Yeah. Either way, they're both absolutely in. And then these last two. So, do we have? I think there's 5 here. You have The Color Purple, even after its struggle with like Globes, it's supposed to be considered here.
Yeah.
You have Anatomy of a Fall. It could absolutely happen here. You have Zone of Interest. We'll see if the Critics' Choice want to be adventurous, right? You have Spider-Verse here.
If anywhere, Critics' Choice would do Spider-Verse.
And maybe PGA, let's be honest.
Well, yeah.
Because Anatomy and Zone are happening at PGA. And then there's also May December.
May December, exactly.
I kind of want to put Spider-Verse in.
I kind of want to put Spider-Verse in as well. I don't think they'll do the Zone of Interest. I don't think they'll be as adventurous as the Globes clearly were. Right. I do think for me it's between May, December and Anatomy because I just don't know if people are taking to The Color Purple really, and I don't know if it can translate to a picture from here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm feeling like weirdly. Again, it's only Globes, but this is also NBR. This is also AFI. I saw somewhere where the last film that would have made Best Picture after missing Globe, NBR, AFI as like a December release was extremely loud and incredibly close. Yeah. It's been a second. So like it still can happen, but all of the place where it would get its noms are pretty full. Like I don't know, actors pretty full. Supporting actress, it's wide open. Danielle's probably
going to get
Taraji.
in.
It's Taraji though.
I think that would come along with a more sort of grand sort of support in text. Like it could just be a thing that shows up here and there in text, but equally none of them seem guaranteed. It's not like anyone's highlighting a particular part of the film. They're like, oh yeah, the costumes are
Sure.
really good. Like it and it sort of maybe would need that to really get into these texts off a
I
film
agree.
that doesn't have quite that passion. So I think Brooks will be probably fine, but just a film in general, I can see really, really underperforming.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this, like, them just doing, like, picture supporting actors in, like, a tech or song or something like that, like, getting a really light nom haul. And yeah, I think if Zone gets in here, then sure, yeah,
Yeah,
it's in like, probably. But I don't know. I say that we leave this last spot open for now, and then we look and
and
see
then come back
how
to it.
we're feeling about everything else, and then we can circle back.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
But Spider-Verse, yeah, I mean, just talk about that for, like, it just feels like a thing here, and it just feels like a thing at PGA. Beyond that, probably nothing else. Like, it's not gonna get BAFTA. It already missed Globe.
No,
Is Critics' Choice PGA enough?
I don't think
Think
so. I'm not even
so.
guaranteed it would get PGA. I do think it is more likely a place like Critics' Choice.
Yeah,
Just 'cause it did so well critically, just in general. Like it was a
exactly.
real
Yeah,
critically acclaimed hit. So yeah, I do feel good about it here at least.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, okay, okay. So let's move on to director, where there's also 10 for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Um, so I think obviously Nolan winning, right?
Nolan,
Did I spell that right?
Scorsese, yes.
I did. Okay. So obviously Nolan, yeah. Obviously Marty is in. Is there like anybody else that we think could win? Or is it
Could
just like listed names
win.
after
I
this?
don't think anyone aside from
Okay.
those who are going to win. So I think yeah, just Greta Gerwig, Lanthimos, obviously. Um, Yeah, and then you've got people like Song, Cooper, Payne. I feel like they're all just in here if you're doing a lineup of 10.
Yeah, yeah. In a field of 10, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see who that last spot is because I will say like Payne hasn't been getting all of that much as far as I love so far.
No,
Um
but if you're doing 10 in director,
Yeah, he's absolutely here. I'm just talking
he's
about, like,
always
once we
here.
get down to the
Yeah.
actual 5.
And then we'll see about DGA. DGA will be very interesting in terms of
Yeah,
clarifying
because I
because
mean, I think these 4 are absolutely in DGA, like, 100%. It's
yeah,
just what
yeah.
is that last spot?
And then if it goes to, I imagine it would either probably go to Payne or Song. I just don't envision Bradley Cooper really developing enough of momentum in this category. But then I think the Oscars at the end of the day could go for someone like Trier or Glazer. I think they
Right.
really could just
You
lean
know
on
you
the
know
system
you know
and pick.
Yeah, yeah, you know who I think could, like, weirdly be the Oscars' 5th choice?
Who?
I'm kinda leaning Celine Song right now.
She could be. She could be
Like,
the
what
fifth
if that
choice
gets
for
Licorice
now.
Pizza? Lo What if that gets Licorice Pizza?
But equally, I could very much
Just
see a
director
world in
screenplay.
which she gets snubbed and it's for a can pick. It is for one of
Yeah,
the
I can
international
see
marks.
that.
Like I can definitely see that happening. It's a sort of, because it's not the most showy directed film past life. So
Sure.
if they do want to
Even though that she
lean
should win.
towards, I don't know if I'd have her winning. I'd have her in.
I would have
I'd
her
have her
winning.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that they're doing 10 again. Pretty
I
positive.
mean, who knows? But
And there's
like,
no way we'll just list 10 because
there's
I
no
don't know
way.
what else we're gonna say. Yeah, so okay. Of these last couple spots, do they do Glazer and Trier here?
I feel they could. I'd also throw out Todd Haynes. He's been doing decently well at critics groups.
Oh, I mean that's
So
10. Like
exactly. So if
that's
we just want to do those 10 and just miss out, I guess Cord
Core
Jefferson would be the
Jefferson
only
with
one.
Fazel. Yeah, no, I feel like it's
That's
those three,
pretty about it.
and they're gonna do Spider-Verse. Like if we're looking at crossover,
No.
we have all of the top 6 and then Maestro, and then yeah, I feel like those other ones make sense over something like Cord Jefferson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I mean, I
So
could
let's
see one of Glazer or Trey missing instead of Jefferson, but I'm happy to keep Jefferson as 11 and
and
just
when we're doing 10, like I think it's best to just play safe.
yeah,
To be
agreed.
honest. Because I have no yeah. I
Exactly.
saw someone throw out Fennell as something interesting that could happen. Maybe, but we'll see
Yeah,
with the movie.
I don't know if it's gonna have like it performed decently well at the Globe Stolberg. It really did. I
I
don't think
mean, it
that's
got
gonna
2
carry over
noms.
here,
It got 2
but that's
noms.
better than we were expecting for it.
Sure,
So,
sure. I guess that's fair. But yeah, okay, well that didn't help anything because I guess we just had the
which
all
yeah,
3
there
of
we go.
those.
Yeah,
But yeah, Color Purple missing there. Okay.
I mean, actually, are they just
Actor,
doing the top 6? Are they just doing the 5 that we have plus Domingo?
yeah.
Like, very potential. I mean, there's Andrew Scott there if they really want to, but I feel like it's a critic's choice. It's
It's the
best to
critic's
just
choice. I feel
play
like
it
they're just gonna
really
play it
safe.
safe.
Yeah.
I think that they will give the win to Killian though, here.
Hmm.
That's what I'm leaning towards, because I think Bradley wins SAG,
I do agree Bradley wins SAG, and
and
I
then
think Killian
Killian takes
wins
BAFTA.
BAFTA.
Because I think Bradley wins Globe and SAG, and then Critics' Choice and BAFTA goes to Killian.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I'd
But
then do Giamatti or Wright, either way. They
yeah,
sort of seem on a level pegging. It'll
they
be very
do.
interesting to see which of them wins the Globe. That'd be very fascinating.
And then Leo, weirdly not been getting nominations. He did fine yesterday. We'll see what happens with this, but like I see no reason why he
He's
wouldn't.
just in here. Yeah, 100%. And then most likely Coleman Domingo will show up here.
Yeah, it
And it
feels like he
might
just
be
will. As you say,
one of the
there is
convincing
Andrew
show.
Scott. Like, if they
There is.
really want to. But I don't see why. Again, we're talking about the Critics' Choice here. I don't see why it wouldn't just be that 6.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Chat agreeing. Yes. Okay, I think we all agree. Cool. And yes, if they were based, they would do Miyazaki. But they absolutely would not. And the director does feel like it's participation trophies.
It does a bit. It does a bit. If they increase the number from last year, if we get like 12 this year,
Oh my god, yeah. And it's just like
constantly
progressively
increasing them.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
that
get
would
to like
be
2050, and that's like 40 nominations for best director.
yeah.
It's just it just becomes the qualification list. These are all the movies nominated.
100%,
You deserve a
100%.
director
The
nomination.
for
You
your
made a movie.
consideration list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Actress.
Actress
Okay.
is a
First of all,
little
just want to say
more
this. Just
complicated.
want to say this. They should do Yuteo.
They should. They really should. He'd definitely be in my lineup, and he should be. If Gretely's being nominated, so should he. But
So should he. And Megara, in my opinion, nominate all of them. Like it's
yeah, why not? Why not?
it's kind of, they're all kind of perfect.
Yeah.
But listen, if we can just get like a Celine song director nom or a Greta Lee actress nom when it comes time for the Oscars, like if it can get a third nom in those two places, like that'll be a win for us members of the Past Lives Hive. Like that's a win, considering like we were thinking it could be women talking at one point. So
Yeah.
this is really like he's my personal winner in supporting actor. Like
Really,
he's still my
still?
personal winner.
Okay.
Yeah. Magaro is still my personal winner. Like my winners right now, by the way, everybody, Koji Yakusho for Perfect Days, Best Actor, Lily Godson, Killers of the Flower Moon, Best Actress, John Magaro, Past Lives in Supporting Actor, and the Mayor of D-Star and About Dark Grasses for Supporting Actress. That's my personal 4. And I think one of them will get nominated, which is really
Yeah,
hard.
most likely. I don't know, because I didn't walk away from Past Lives thinking Megara was like the real star point. I thought it was Gretely and
I mean, I don't think
Tay.
he's
So
necessarily a star point, but I just think
exactly, but I
observation.
just think when you're doing an understated performance and when it's not the
Sure.
thing that's necessarily being highlighted to such an extent, I just think it's too far out of reach for him to really enter the conversation in that regard.
Fair.
Yeah, actress is slightly more interesting than actor. So yeah, definitely
It
that's him.
is. Okay,
Definitely
I
MSO.
think there's a world where Lily sweeps. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I
I think
agree.
that she
I
can
can see
win.
her.
I
I don't
like
see why she'd lose any in particular. Like you
like
could
there's
argue
no, it's
maybe
like she
SAG
can.
might
She
give
can
it to
lose SAG.
Stone.
She can lose BAFTA.
I just don't know why. I really don't know why. If you're still taking To Killers, and as Killers is going to be a Best Picture contending film
Right.
the entire
I think they
time.
can. Okay, loving all the codes you love. Yes. And he can get a BAFTA. He can get a BAFTA nom.
Yeah,
Can get a
you
BAFTA
can.
nom. Yeah, him and Lily are my 2 favorite performances of the year, bar none. Like just stunning work from both of them. Yeah, okay, so definitely these 2. Sandra probably. Like, she still makes
Probably.
it, right?
I would imagine so. If you're doing 6, I would imagine so. I also think Carrie Mulligan, even though she hasn't really been
Oh,
showing up
we'll
at these
put her
critics groups or
up
anywhere
here.
else, she's
Yeah,
definitely a critic's
she's
choice.
definitely
100%
getting in.
critic's choice. So
100%.
that's all fine there. I honestly think Gretely will happen here. Probably.
Yeah,
I don't see why they
and you know
wouldn't
what
do
I'm
it.
kinda,
I like
and
in
I
past
think
lives.
I'm kinda leaning towards Margot. Like, I think
And then
Critics' Choice would
Margot
do
as well?
Margot.
Because I mean, I don't think they're going to do Spainy. Fantasia Barrino, I just don't think Color Purple will
Yeah, I just
perform
don't think
massively
Color
well.
there's not enough room. Natalie, I don't
They're
think
not
so.
gonna. Yeah, Natalie, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the type of thing they'd necessarily go for. And then just Annette Bening's just no. So
Yeah,
it's
I
sort
will
of by
say
process of
if
elimination we arrive at Robbie.
Right. And like May December has like it got all 3 at Globe. If it can continue that, maybe something that we need to watch out for. I mean, all 3 of them would be incredibly deserving.
Agreed.
But
I mean, Natalie
yeah,
Portman is maybe my favorite performance in the film, even though everyone's been highlighting Charles Melton. I think the
Mountain,
stuff that
sure.
Natalie Portman is doing in the film is incredible. So I'd
Yeah.
be more than delighted to see her get the nom. I just don't
Really
know
hope
how
this
to
happens though.
happen.
Really hope this happens. Like I mean if it's just the top 5 that we have listed here, it's the Oscars 5, would love that. Would love that.
Yeah, I just really hope Sandra Hüller isn't forced out by.
Yeah, it would suck if
Sandra
like
Hüller is my favorite performance of the year, so
right.
I just
I mean,
really hope she isn't forced
I
out.
personally okay, I haven't seen Carey Mulligan, but I would drop her
No,
out for Margot if this was the I mean, maybe even I'd do Natalie over yeah, I do Natalie
I
over
think
Margot.
I'd put Natalie. I'd put
Like my
Natalie.
personal vibe would probably be Lily, Carrie, or no, sorry, Lily, Emma, Sandra, Greta, and Natalie. I think
Right
I
there.
might put Michelle Williams in there for showing up in my personal list, but like that isn't she has
Yeah,
no chance of getting in
no,
at all. Anyways,
no.
so but watch showing up, please. Watch showing up, everybody. Watch showing up. Kelly Rickard, send love. Okay, yeah, I think this makes sense though. Supporting actor.
I
Is it
think there's
just the
just a
obvious
mistake
6? Yeah. Okay, I will say on my personal predictions, I switched back to Ryan Gosling for the Oscar. I felt something. I
really.
don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting, interesting. I think if we see May December get a picture nom at the Oscars, I think I'd be going Charles Melton for the win. If I don't see that, I think I'd still
interesting.
lean. I'd
Okay.
still lean Gosling. I would still have Gosling. I need to see May December. If May December shows up a Critics' Choice, then
Yeah,
potentially I'll be leaning towards Melton for the win. I just think there's so much talk about his performance in general when it comes to the
sure,
film, and his performance is so just beloved by everyone, and it's sweeping critics. It just kind of
sure.
feels like it can build that momentum.
Maybe. This is interesting. Mulligan being this year's Miss Williams, Kristen Stewart, Miss SAG, and BAFTA. I could see that, to be honest,
I could see that.
because I
Yeah.
could see them like going for like Natalie or Margot, and yeah, I could see that. This is interesting. I have it in my periphery because that would feel like an endowed mass or like in Lead last year doing like Nicolas Cage for
I
Pig,
think they're
or that's 2
slightly
years
safer
ago.
than
Yeah,
that. I think when you've got 6 contenders that are just so
right.
obviously A6, like, yes, Cowden's there, yes, Sessa is there, but I when you've got 6 contenders, they're just so easy to do. I
Yeah,
think you just do them.
yeah.
And yeah, I'd agree. I'd put
We
Downey
can put
Jr. at
Downey.
Oscar
We can put
here.
Downey one here. I'm kind of feeling Gosling for the Oscar. I am kind of feeling that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess that'd be it. Yeah.
potentially.
After that, I'm fine with putting Melton. I feel really good about him.
Yeah, Melton and then Ruffalo, I feel would be next to come.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. And then we got De Niro, and then we
Oh.
do just think it is.
Yeah, I feel like Poor Things will perform fairly well at Critics' Choice.
I agree. Even though it did weirdly poor at HCA, which has like there is quite a bit of voter crossover between the two, not completely, but yeah, I mean this is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope he doesn't. He's so good in the film, and he's so menacing, and it's one of the best performances I've
I
ever
mean the
seen
thing
from
is
De
that
Niro. I just really hope. I don't want to start predicting De Niro misses because then I feel like De Niro misses will happen. So I'd just rather
okay,
go
we're not
keep
in
banging
control.
his
Hold
drum.
up, a bit of
No, I
main
know, but
character
you just
syndrome there,
feel
Thomas.
feel it.
I,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I think that's fair. I will. I think it's fine to play it safe. I think it's fine if we play it safe for
because
now.
Critics' Choice play it safe. A lot of the time, Critics' Choice play it
Right.
safe. So
Right. And that's the thing. I'm fine with playing it safe for now. But I don't know. I just I feel like something will happen tomorrow morning.
something will happen. I just don't know if it'll be in supporting actor. Supporting
Yeah.
actress is,
Supporting
I
actors
mean,
were sick and happen. Yeah.
there
Yeah.
you can try and play it safe, but there is no really
There is
playing
no
it safe
safe.
in this
There's no
category.
safe.
Like, put Divine Joy Randolph number 1. Cool. Then where do you
Danielle
go?
Brooks number 2.
Who
We
is
can
he?
put
I
Danielle
mean, I
Brooks.
guess she's number 2.
She's number 2.
I mean, nothing that.
By the way,
Yeah,
I think Divine Joy
probably.
Randolph is winning, and I think that we can maybe agree
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody.
most people.
I think that she's gonna sweep, like, and just sweep easily, to be honest. Maybe okay, I take that back. Maybe Danielle Brooks can take SAG.
I just don't know
But
why. I just don't know if you're not taking To the Color Purple. I just don't see her winning as a lone thing for the film. So when you've got Divine Julia Randolph there, who is sweeping, who is in a beloved Oscar contender, who is in many ways the heart of the film in the same way Charles Melton
if The
is.
Color Purple isn't even gonna happen, then I don't see how it, like, for picture, then I don't know how it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Can I put Rachel McAdams in here?
I think she gets in here. I
I
think
think
she's
she
asserted herself as a
absolutely
type of
happens in here.
Critics' Choice thing. Yeah, yeah.
And she could happen for Oscar, guy. I don't know. I think that there's a world where she is. I know. I think Margaret is either going to be lone supporting or a lone screenplay, because those always happen. We always get a supporting nom
Yeah.
that's nothing else, or a screenplay nom that's nothing else. I could see Margaret being one of those two things.
I could see it being both though, if
And that's the thing.
I really take it. So like I don't think it is either necessarily lone, but I do agree. I think she is very solidly in here. Like everything she's shown from the critics groups, it just feels like the type of critics choice thing to do. If you've got 6
Yeah.
noms, why not throw one to Rachel McAdams? I'd also put Emily Blunt in here.
Yeah,
She
I think
hasn't
she
been
happens.
great at critics groups, but I feel like she kind of comes along with sort of Leonardo DiCaprio, where maybe you're not showing up there, but bigger ceremonies will just go for you.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is interesting.
Okay.
I just think that I don't know. I think that those movies typically like aren't best picture things, whereas
If we
this is like
think
maybe going to win
Oppenheimer's
best
winning
picture.
Best Picture, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And this is the thing. I still see. She does have a random path. Is the thing.
I'm starting. I don't feel convinced she can.
I
Really.
don't feel convinced either. But like, what if BAFTA because of racism is like?
I mean,
And
maybe, but
then
I still wouldn't. I still wouldn't back her.
right.
If
I
Divine
just
Julia Randolph sweeps everywhere else, if we start seeing a little competition, like maybe Emily Blunt wins a Bastard, Brooks wins SAG, Divine wins
yeah.
Globes and Critics' Choice,
Career
then
choice. Yeah.
maybe there's a bit more of a conversation. But right now, I kind of just see Divine winning everything, bar maybe BAFTAs. So
Sure. Okay. What now? So I'm just gonna list out options.
I mean, this is wild. Yeah, where do you
Let
go
me
with these
just
last
let me
two?
just let me just say things. Jodie Foster Nyad, Julian Moore May December, Taraji Color Purple, Penelope Cruz Ferrari, America Ferrera Barbie, Rosamund Pike Saltburn, Viola Davis Air. I think that's really it.
Yeah, those seem to be the
Claire
ones
Foy, All of
I
Us
would.
Strangers, I don't think will happen. Sandra Hiller's
No,
Adventures, I don't think will happen. So we have Moore, Foster, Taraji, Pike, Davis, Ferrera.
and I would put in Julianne Moore. She hasn't been coming everywhere where May December is big, but
yeah.
she's been appearing enough.
And I mean, she's number 3 for on the spreadsheet for noms.
Yeah, I think it's a 6th spot that's really
I'm kind of feeling Ferrer, and
questionable.
I'm seeing this in the chat as well.
If we think it starts here, her sort of hype, because I can very much see her getting into the Oscars. I actually think potentially take out McAdams or take out Moore and add in, it would take out one of those two, add in America Ferrera. I think you've got your lineup. So maybe it just starts here. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Because
I mean,
I don't
Rosamund
think that they're
Pike
going to do.
feels
I don't think that.
unlikely.
Yeah, I don't know if Critics' Choice will venture too far. Like, I don't know if they're going to do Jodie. I don't know if they're going to do. Like, I don't think the Taraji double's happening, guys.
No.
Like, I really don't. I don't know. And then, yeah.
I feel like
I
it's
don't think they're
probably
going to do
safest to
Penelope.
go for the one that's in a Best Picture.
Right.
And
Like,
then,
I don't think they'll do Penelope. I think Penelope's kind of done, to be honest.
I don't
I
think
think
that's.
Viola. I mean, Viola couldn't even get Globe, right? I think Viola's kind of done.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Pike. We're looking at Foster, which I don't think they're going to do. Yeah, I'm fine with going America Ferrera here, to be honest.
Yeah, because again, I feel like if you're doing Foster, you might do Benning, but like I just don't see either of those things happening. I just don't think they'll venture tonight.
And like, please, no.
The yes as well, of course.
Yeah. This, Taraji's definitely doing Sinking here,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because if you're doing 6 and still not doing Taraji.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that happened yesterday, though. Or not yet. Yeah, that was yesterday. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that happened yesterday. This, I don't know if it'll be enough. More in Pike, interesting. Yeah, Pike I could randomly see showing up and would be well deserved.
I could. I don't know if you're not doing Saltburn anywhere else. I think Pike would be a weird thing to do alone thing on to just sort of
Sure.
randomly throw a bone to the pike.
Just
So
yeah.
potentially, I feel like that could come along with other stuff though for Soul
I
Plane,
could
which I
see the
just don't
cruise.
see happening.
I could see the cruise BAFTA thing happening. That
Yeah,
could make
maybe,
sense
maybe. Yeah,
because like if they don't do McAdams and like they aren't gonna do Ferreira, then like
no.
yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Okay. Cool. I think that's our 6. I'm glad that we could all agree
Yeah.
on McAdams though. Like that's just so like even
Yeah.
if it's our only nom all year, that is just the most Critics' Choice thing ever.
100%, 100%. And also, I think original screenplay, if we're moving on, very
Yeah,
easy
okay, so
as
let's talk about
well.
this. So Barbie winning.
Incredibly easy.
Barbie winning.
Sure, I guess. Oh, I'm not
We have it.
confident. Yeah,
Why? Why? Past
I
lives
just
holdovers?
I don't know if potentially I feel like Past Lives if it's having a bit of a moment potentially.
No, not over Barbie. It's not. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's
I don't know.
fine.
This is the first real test for Barbie, and we need
We've
to
had
just see if
Barbie
it
winning screenplay in both categories all year. Like, I don't. We have a winning Globe.
just Critics' Choice. Something worries me about Critics' Choice from
Eh,
critics.
eh.
Loved Past Lives. Mm, I'm
I
not.
okay, but
Yeah.
they loved the Critics' Choice loved After Sun. What happened with that? Like, the Critics' Choice doesn't reflect critics.
Yeah, but when Past Lives is having a bit of a moment, like,
Eh,
yeah,
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Regardless, we're talking about nominations.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, obviously these three, and then it's
It's just
just
Anatomy,
Anatomy,
May, December, Air.
May December. Yeah, 100%.
This
Maestro
these
just
are
doesn't feel like it's happening. It's just not been appearing.
no, not at
Which
all. And if
so
it was gonna happen anywhere, it would have happened at the Globes where they went for Bradley Cooper and director. But like it doesn't feel like a screenplay thing.
yeah, although not necessarily because they did Globes do both original and adapted in one. So you know they
Right.
were never likely to do that there. But still, it hasn't been showing at critics groups, so I just feel good about Air putting Air in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, these are the only 6 films that have gotten more than one nomination so far this season at like critics groups, industry, whatever. These are the only 6 that have gotten more than one nomination. So this just
Yeah,
feels so obvious.
yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I just think Barbie's so obviously gay. Like even if it's only above the line win, which I think most people have that. I
Yeah,
just think
no,
it's
I
so
think
obvious
it will
for
win the
Barbie.
Oscar. I'm just slightly questioning whether it will take Critics' Choice, but
Fair,
we'll
fair
see closer to the time when we do actual win predictions. So
for the Oscar. Yeah, and here. Yeah. Okay. Adapted screenplay.
adapted slightly more interesting. We've got a clear 4, so we
Yeah,
can
there's a
fill
very
those out.
obvious 4. And I think do they go Poor Things here?
They could. I think they will have a decent showing here. I really do. I think it will have a decent enough showing to get the vote in.
HCA just made me a little bit worried because
That
they
did.
do again. There's a lot of voting crossover, but
Mm. Yeah, then Killers
we
and then
can even
American
do
Fiction.
American Fiction over that. To be honest, like I don't.
Potentially.
Regardless, it's those 4. These last spots, though, I think Margaret.
I think Margaret as well. I don't think Spider-Verse. I think Zone of Interest could, if they're doing Glazer.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think it had such a strong showing at the Globes. It had such a strong showing at the Globes. It's just filled me with a confidence in Zone of Interest. It really has. So I'd be rooting for Zone. I'd be putting in Zone here.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, if we're looking at our options, the only films that have even gotten nominations so far outside of the clear top 4, which is Oppie Killers, American Fiction, Poor Things, Zone of Interest, Are There Guys Me Margaret, All of Us Strangers, Origin, Spider-Verse. It's obviously not going to be Origin. So we're looking
No.
at Zone,
I wouldn't
Margaret,
necessarily put Margaret 5. For me, I'd put Zone 5 and then I'd be questioning Spider-Verse or Margaret as the 6th one. I'm not convinced.
Okay.
I'm not convinced Margaret happens when there is everything's eligible. At WGA, sure, 100% almost. I'm willing to put money on Margaret showing up. Critics' Choice, less confident.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm fine with going Zone if you want to.
I'd go Zone and Spider-Verse.
I'd lean Spider-Verse, to be honest.
How confident, how strong are you on Are You There, God It's Me, Margaret?
Well, what if it is just those two and then no Margaret?
That's what I'm thinking. That's
Yeah,
what I would maybe
let's
put
do
it as.
that. And then maybe. I mean, maybe Margaret, like maybe McAdams can just end up being a lone supporting thing.
A lone thing, and then it happened at WGA for screenplay, but because of eligibility stuff.
And then it bolsters it. And then
Yeah.
McAdams can maybe just stay in supporting actress as a lone thing for the Oscars.
Yeah, but Zone has been happening in screenplay.
It has.
Weirdly.
I mean, so it is actually the fifth. So if we're looking at the spreadsheet, it's sitting on 5 noms with a win, which is only 1 behind Poor Things and American Fiction, which have 6 noms with a win. Killers is on 7. Oppenheimer's on 11 noms with a win. Margaret also has 5. Spider-Verse has only gotten 1 mention, but again, it feels like if and it feels like if anybody's going to go for it too, it's going to be Critics' Choice. So I'm fine with this.
I'm fine with this lineup.
But like Margaret, I don't know. Margaret's definitely in the back of my mind here.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's easy. I think it's the only other option that you've really got because they're not going to do All of Us Strangers here. All of Us Strangers doesn't feel like a thing that will happen.
I mean, it could. I mean, and like All of Us Strangers and Margaret are obviously the next 2 out, and then I guess Origin and Priscilla, but like
I think if All of Us Strangers gets in here, Andrew Scott would also happen, and
yeah,
I mean, so yeah, which I just don't see that happening personally.
Yeah, I was just across the Spider-Verse. Did I do that elsewhere too? Wait.
You might well have done.
Nope, I did it.
No,
I know
cool.
My brain just decided not to that time. Okay. So yeah, I think that's above the line done then.
That is above the line done. That is. I mean, a lot of safe categories because a lot of them currently we're thinking of 6 nominations for each.
Do we feel comfortable going back to picture at this point and looking at? Well, I mean, so we have Zone getting director screenplay, and then we have May December getting director screenplay and 3 acting. I feel like if May December is getting director screenplay and 3 acting, then it's May December.
Likely. Yeah, most likely. And you know, Critics' Choice, I feel like they're more likely to just do the 10 American films and just not do Anatomy or Zone. That could just feel like it could happen.
Oh yeah, I forgot Anatomy. We have getting screenplay actress, but I know I feel like if May December is really getting 3 acting noms, I don't know. I feel like if anywhere's doing it for 3, then yeah. Like if it's getting 3 at the Oscar, then it's in.
Yeah, either way, if one of Anatomy or Zone is getting in, it's only going to be one of them. So I feel confident that we've at least got 9 out of 10 here. So
yeah. I think we definitely have 9. I don't see a world where Critics' Choice does 2 international films.
Exactly. So. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's our picture 10. On to text. Do you have ensemble in here? Do they do an ensemble award?
Yes, I do. They do.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Cinematography. So Oppenheimer, obviously.
Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, and Maestro even, really, at this stage.
Yeah.
Maestro just feels like it's happening here.
These are all the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, how we feeling? Okay. Zone?
Zone, I think so. I think we can put Zone in. And then for that last spot, I think we're looking at maybe Saltburn. I just don't think The Color Purple, and this is the thing with The Color Purple, if it's getting in text, it's going to be like 6th in each one. And I just don't, if it's 6th in each one, I feel like it ends up just falling out of each one.
I want to throw this out here.
John Wick. Potentially, I feel like if they're doing a bolder, more out there pick, they'd be more likely to go for Saltburn than John Wick for.
Maybe. I mean, there's also Barbie. I also want to throw out Barbie.
There is also Barbie. I mean, this is going to be a test for Barbie in cinematography because if it can't get 6 here, I don't think it's.
Yeah, if Barbie gets in here, I don't know. So I'm going to leave this one up to you.
I would go for Saltburn. I think they will go for something a bit more out there. Okay. And I just think Saltburn, recency-wise, it has the edge over John Wick there.
And very well deserved.
Exactly. It's a very showy cinematography style. You know, people might not take to the film and still go for it in cinematography. So
John Wick and Saltburn, but not Zone. That's fair.
Yeah. I feel like if people are doing Saltburn, they can do it divorced of the film. If people are doing John Wick, I feel like there's going to be more of a passion for the film more generally, which I'm just not seeing so far. So I'd go Saltburn.
Sure. I would say have they done Lucas Zoll's previous work here? Because I'm not sure, that being Ida in Cold War. Because like if they have, then sure, but I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it. I don't think they did. I don't know. I feel fine about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels, it's just, I mean, vibes based, but it feels like something that definitely could. Okay. Editing. I'm
So I
watching out for
think
that
we've
John
got,
Wick though. Watching out for that John Wick.
yeah, for sure. I think we got the normal three again here. Oppenheimer,
Oppenheimer,
Killers,
Killers,
Poor Things.
and then Barbie, I think. Like
Barbie
definitely.
as well, yeah, probably. And then holdovers, most likely. And you could just get
I don't know.
holdovers and Maestro. I think you could very easily
I don't
just
know
do
about
a very
holdovers,
safe.
Thomas.
You don't think it's just a safe six there?
Uh, is holdover safe at this point?
I feel like it's a safe six to do.
I mean, okay, so like John Wick has done decent. What about Anatomy of a Fall?
I mean, no. I think they'd be more likely to do holdovers and Anatomy of the Fall. As much as Anatomy of the Fall would be far more deserving just on a general level.
I mean, I'm not really feeling
I think
holdovers here.
holdovers is going to do decently here. I think Payne will get in. I think, I think it will do decently here.
If you want to, we can. I would be leaning towards like Anatomy, probably.
Anatomy. Maybe. I think it's
This,
go
but like
safe.
it, we can go for it if you want, but let the
Yeah.
record show. I don't
Yeah.
really think it's holdovers. I'd lean towards like an Anatomy, like a Spider-Verse, a John Wick, something like that. I think that they're going to do something interesting.
I don't know if they'll do one of the more action. I don't think they'll do John Wick. And I don't think they'll do the Killer. They could do Spider-Verse if they really are taking to it. But yeah, I feel
Like that,
fine.
we can go for it. We can go for it if you feel fine, but
Yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced. The top five, though, I do feel very comfortable with. Like this five might be the Oscars five, to be honest. I don't know if my or holdover is going to make Oscars five.
Yeah, potentially.
So we'll see. We'll see. Costume design. Okay, Barbie obviously winning.
Poor
Poor
Things.
Things
Easy
obviously
top
the
two
runner up.
in both production design and costume. These are just
Yep,
so far ahead of anything else in the category.
so far. And then I think like Killers obviously.
Killers, most likely, yeah.
And then I think we're looking at an Oppenheimer. I think can just definitely
Probably.
happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I want to go with Priscilla.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then
We've
I'm
seen it
feeling
show up
I think
here in particular. Like in the
Color
film,
Purple.
not been performing that well generally, but in costumes, it's been showing up.
I think they will do Color Purple here though.
You think this is where they do color purple? I mean, what else is there really? Like you've got
Maestro.
Maestro, I guess. I don't know how
Right.
costume heavy that is,
I
really.
feel like it's just Color Purple.
Yeah, go for the showy
Because that would
one,
be its only other nomination. We still just haven't getting Danielle in costume design. Like
which would make it more of a sort of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which got Angela Bassett was getting costumes pretty
yeah,
much all season. So it would make it more along with that sort of lines, which I can
yeah.
definitely see.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah,
Maestro, maybe Chevalier if they want to go random. If they want to
we're
randomly
gonna
do
go
that, then
random.
maybe.
I don't think it's Critics' Choice that are gonna do
Yeah.
stuff really like that.
Yeah. I feel decent about this 6. And like Priscilla picking up a lone nomination here. I think yeah.
Because we've seen that happen before where Priscilla hasn't got anything else but has still picked up costumes.
Sure. Yeah, I think Meister's probably the clear 7. So,
Sure.
but yeah, okay. I
And
think
then
we're
production
good.
design, it's probably that
So,
4 again, I reckon. Probably that 4 again.
yeah, Barbie, Poor Things,
I will say I could see Poor Things taking one of these. I'd say I don't know which. Maybe
maybe.
production design would be more likely than costumes. I feel like Barbie with just the costumes, that's just like it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I could see Poor Things winning production design, but again, I would be leaning Barbie still.
You know what I want to do here though?
Mm.
Asteroid City. I think
Yeah,
it's in a Critics' Choice.
do the critics
And
5 so
this
far.
is the 5 that has been getting nominated every single critics group.
Yeah. So
Everyone, this 5.
I can very much see that.
Then the 6. So they have Color Purple. They have Napoleon. There's Wonka. There's Maestro. There's Saltburn. Hunger Games.
Yeah, I'd say Saltburn is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say they might go for Saltburn more than they go for the color purple.
And do you think that maybe pairs with cinematography?
Exactly, there's that as well. So
Yeah, I'm
that's
seeing this
also
right
a
here.
add-on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
that would be
It
awful.
is doing great, but like other Wes Anderson movies did too, and the Oscars just hate awarding Wes Anderson movies now, I guess. So yeah,
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
Saltburn would be deserving. Like it's very very showy cinematography and production design.
for sure,
Um,
for sure. Because I mean, interesting about Wes Anderson, it seems like the bigger he goes, the less likely the Academy are. Like French Dispatch
yeah,
was probably his biggest production, just didn't go for it. So
sure, yeah,
that feels
that's
like it
interesting.
could be a potential trend.
Yeah, but no, I'd be shocked. I mean, not just because they've been doing well, but also just because of the lack of competition. Be shocked if anything from this top 5, especially this top 4, missed. But like,
Yeah, I mean, even Asteroid City feels very
right,
much
it feels
a.
very in here.
It feels very much like a thing that will happen all season, and the Academy will not
Then
do
the
it.
Academy won't do it. Yeah, I like the Oscars will probably do like, that could still do like a Color Purple or a
Yeah,
Maestro or something like that. But
yeah, I can see that.
yeah, okay, okay. And maybe they could do Wonka too. We should bring that up.
Maybe it just sort of received quite a deflated
It's
reaction,
also
Wonka.
Wonka. So
So
yeah, yeah. But okay, makeup. Maestro, obviously.
yeah, obviously.
Uh,
I mean,
I think
poor
Barbie,
things,
Poor
poor
Things,
things.
Offie
Yeah,
are all here.
yeah. You'd imagine they'd still go for things like Oppenheimer, even though the makeup is a bit more subtle. It's still very much there. Yeah, and
Guardians.
then probably Guardians. I'd imagine so, with that
And this
record-breaking number of
could
prosthetics as
be
well.
right. And this could. I think this is just the Oscars 5. Um,
I
like
agree. I'd agree. Yeah. There's
so.
nothing that feels weird this year that's like just a makeup thing. Like, so
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
it's
Uh,
kind of like things in Best Picture that have a lot of makeup are likely
right.
to just show up.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we are seeing, maybe just the same 4, Barbie, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers. Killers not here, but basically just the same movies over and over again.
Yeah, yeah,
What is the 6th though is interesting. Like, so you have Color Purple.
yeah.
Uh, I mean,
I, I,
Naiad,
I really don't feel
Wonka,
good about the color
Priscilla.
purple, but there's not much
What if
else.
they do Hunger Games?
I don't know if they do that. I feel like they do Naiad first, then over Hunger Games. That just doesn't feel like
Maybe.
happening.
Okay, but what else? Convince me of
I
something.
could see them doing Naiad. I really could.
Okay. Well,
Because I mean, it's either that or Color Purple.
yeah.
I think it will be one of the
I
safer
don't know.
choices.
We'll do Color Purple. We'll do Color Purple.
So that would place Color Purple at what? Supporting hair and
Supporting
makeup,
hair and
costumes.
makeup and then costumes. I think that's still fine. It's still not
Yeah,
getting
that
when we have
tracks. That's fine.
May December and
Oh,
Zoe
I'm not
12
talking
is
about
gonna
it
be more.
getting in picture.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
you're just
saying
tracking what it
as a
yeah.
general haul. Yeah, yeah,
But to be fair, I think hair and makeup and costumes were both as the 6. So
yeah, yeah,
like I said, I think that there is absolutely a world where like Color Purple could also be the lone supporting nom thing. Like Color Purple might far because it's not like the movie's been being received poorly, but it's just doing okay. And if it keeps
mm,
on doing just okay, I think it'll be like the number 6 in a lot of categories and just could end up just like coming just short in everything, like coming just short for Taraji, just
yeah,
short for Fantasia, just short in all of these texts, and it might end up with just Daniel Brooks.
for sure, for sure. Because yeah, I
And
just don't
Priscilla shout outs
see.
here.
Yeah, I just
I can see
don't
that too.
see. I don't see it getting like one or two texts. I feel like it would get a sort of haul of texts at the academy, or just like miss them all. And I just think the more likely scenario in this situation currently, that just misses pretty much
Sure.
everything except for Daniel Brooks, which she seems firmly planted in, and she has done since what, August time.
Right,
So
exactly. She's like been in D&D did get makeup at HCA, so like maybe. But I
mm,
don't know. I think I feel fine with this. But yeah, really getting scared. Again, if you there's a lot of things where Color Purple just feels like, yeah, it could get that. It could get that. But if it's not a picture thing, then
then why would you
you're
necessarily?
right.
Because it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to get all of it could just get that things. They don't just have to do things if they don't like the movie as a whole. And if they aren't loving the movie as a whole, if it comes up short for Best Picture, I think it might just come up short for a lot of other things when it comes time for the Oscars. Like, I don't know, just look through the list and look at what Color
Yeah.
Purple is like actually
And
strong
yeah.
in. It's really
As
not
I've said
anything. It's just Danielle.
previously as well, like, it's not like people are watching a film and going, "Oh, the costumes. Yes, the costumes are
Right.
worthy of a nom." That's not been happening. And if the film lacks passion overall, it's gonna be very hard to develop passion in individual
And we'll see
categories.
if it's a late breaker. We'll
Therefore,
see if it's a late breaker in December.
we'll see.
That could still absolutely happen, but as of now,
It
it's getting
needs
pretty concerning. It's
it
getting pretty
needs box
concerning.
office, and it needs a bit of a cultural moment. I just don't
Right.
see it. I just really don't see it fundamentally happening
Yeah.
for 'em.
Yeah. But anyways, VFX. I think they nominated Oppenheimer, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they
Like,
nominate, and then Spider-Verse 2 probably, if they're doing a picture. Why would they not do it in visual effects?
I mean, I could make a very strong argument for this winning VFX at the Oscars that we don't have to get into right now, but it's going to be so strong at the Bake Off.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think Poor Things happens. I think Barbie happens here. I
Yeah.
think Barbie is a lot more likely to happen here than it is at the Oscars. It could happen at the Oscars, sure, but it's
Yeah.
very likely to happen here.
I think they do Godzilla and then Guardians. Well, what about the creator? I don't know if they do actually do Barbie here.
You don't think? I
Oh, I
mean,
think Guardians absolutely is like
I
there.
think Guardians. Do you
I think they
think
do the creator.
do you think they do Godzilla now? Or do you think Godzilla's a slightly later breaker in terms of getting these VFX noms? Do you think Critics' Choice is where it starts?
Well, when did Critics' Choice, and somebody can help me here, when did Critics' Choice voting actually start?
Yeah.
Because because Godzilla only picked up hype when it came out, and that was like December 1st. So Critics' Choice Awards film voting timeline. Because if
Because
it
that is important. That is important.
right, let's see, final ballots, deadline for final ballots for nominations, December 8th. And the ballots went out December 1st. Ballots were due December 8th. So they went out the day that it came out. So yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm seeing the 8th. I'm seeing the 8th.
Right. Okay.
On their website. I think 2 weeks ago was for TV, I want to say. Because they did their TV nominations earlier. So they would have had the chance to see it and put it in. I don't know if it would have as much buzz. I feel like it's safer to just put in the creator for now.
The creator. Yeah, it would feel weird to not have a creator in this category. I just don't know, with Barbie, there is quite a lot of VFX, and I feel like they're more likely to go for a sort of deliberately sort of campy VFX, whereas the Oscars would be more like, we've seen them do the more subtler stuff before. So they're less likely to do a thing like Barbie.
Because Oppenheimer's getting in like everywhere else. Like everybody else is still doing it. I mean, the Critics' Choice gave their original score award to Tar when it wasn't even eligible for the Oscar last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Critics' Choice don't really care. So I still think Oppenheimer still wins this, by the way.
Like, yeah, most likely. Most likely.
At Critics' Choice.
If it's in the category, it's an easy winner to pick.
Which is what we always said about the Oscars. If it was going to be there, then it was going to be easy.
For sure.
So, yeah. No, I think this will be a 6. Wouldn't be shocked if Godzilla popped in. I think Godzilla will get the nom at the Oscars.
Agreed.
I don't know if there was enough time necessarily. So we'll see.
And then score.
Oppenheimer, obviously. Killers. Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. Honestly, The Boy and the Heron seems to be doing really well.
It is. Okay, so do we do the same? Because if we did same 6, it would just be did Elemental happen? No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. I'd honestly say just do the same 6 of the Globes here.
With Zonin?
Actually, they could do something like May December randomly.
No, because it still is an original. Like I feel like that's different.
They still wouldn't
allow Tar had a score.
Right. Okay.
And it had an original score. It was just like ambient noise, basically. So, which is why the Oscars weren't like.
I would potentially lean Zone over Elemental. Potentially.
I could see it. I said this after the film came out. Like I saw this after the film came out. Like there could absolutely be a narrative developer on Joe Hisaishi. He's never been nominated for an Oscar. This is his last collaboration with Miyazaki. I could absolutely just see the score coming along with. And
the score is.
I don't think
and
the score is
the score's a big
stunning.
Thing. And that is potentially the thing. If you're looking for animated scores, Elemental does just seem third in the pecking order.
Right.
And so the question is, are they going to do 3? Well, I'd say that's fairly unlikely. I mean, it could happen. If you're doing 6, there is a spot for it, potentially, but I don't
That's
know.
true.
I think Zone of Interest, if it's doing well at Critics' Choice, which we're
Yeah.
expecting,
We think it will,
then
yeah,
why
and
not?
Past Lives could. Past Lives could, but I don't
Past
know.
Lives could.
I think Elemental will be above it. There's also a world where they randomly do Barbie, even though they shouldn't. Like,
That's true. That's very true.
but yeah. I think I feel fine about this. The 6. Wouldn't be shocked if Elemental popped in over one of the bottom 2, though. Top 4 is
Yeah.
locked, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Most
yeah. Okay, songs. So 3 from Barbie.
Yes, if they can do all 3, they will do all 3, and that will be a consistent narrative we see all through.
Yep. Have I been in parentheses? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It was gonna fuck with my OCD if it was. Anyways, what was I made for? Obviously, and we're just gonna put all these top 3 because I think if they can do 3, they will do them.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now the interesting part. So
Rustin seems to have been showing
Rustin's doing kind of
places.
well, to be honest.
Rustin could happen. Let's put Rustin in. I feel Rustin will happen.
I don't think they're going to do Peaches here.
No, that's a very Globes thing to do, isn't it?
Right. I don't think they're going to do the Trolls thing or Mario. So then, I mean, do we think they do Hunger Games here?
Is this where Hunger Games starts? Potentially. I mean, if we're thinking it does do quite well this season, it needs to start somewhere and needs to start fairly soon picking up nominations. So,
right.
Yeah.
Would love this. Would love this.
Would love it as well. Of course.
Yeah.
It should definitely be getting in. But
yeah.
Don't think so.
You have 5 seconds. Go. 1.
Great
2,
show, great
3,
performances.
4, 5.
Birth of Jesse Plemons.
All right, cool.
What more do I need to say?
And the rest of these.
Needlessly hard.
Yeah.
It is a great show. It is a great show. And it is better than
5 seconds are up. Your 5 seconds are up.
Anyone says it.
We don't have. I don't think they're going to do the "She Came to Me" from Addicted.
Which song? Oh, that random
to Romance. Yeah, the Bruce Springsteen song that they did yesterday. I don't think so. There's the High Life from Florence Sun. Maybe. I don't know. I'll do Can't Catch Me Now.
Okay. Yeah. Why not? And then what's the last one? Like, I just don't think they're going to do a Wonka song.
Maybe it is the Color Purple one.
Maybe it is the Color Purple one.
Do we just want to stick with our Globes?
Yeah, honestly, we could well do.
Okay, we're just gonna go with the same ones, or just until it happens. Yeah, I guess. My God, I would love if that happened. Also, Husavik is unironically the best nominee of that year.
It was 100%, but also Husavik had a quality to it that I just don't think.
No. You don't get to belittle
not technical, not technical quality. Okay. I'm saying aesthetic quality and
got it. I wasn't gonna let you belittle.
No. Campus and Home is a much better song than Husavik, but Husavik had a sort of memorability factor that was playing into it. It wasn't just solely off the song; it was how it was used and Will Ferrell playing it. It had all that stuff to it. It was a Eurovision song without being a Eurovision song.
Sure, yeah.
And if you're doing that, it's going to get in.
I agree. You completed Somebody Life. Congratulations.
Well, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go with the 6. Let's go with the 6. Because I don't care enough to think more about best original song.
No.
Okay. Animated feature. This one's interesting. So Spider-Verse, Boy and the Heron, obviously, and I think Ninja Turtles is going to get in here. I feel like Ninja Turtles is really strong, and also they snubbed Mitchell's vs. the Machines. Like, we got to remember they do random things sometimes in animated. I think it's going to be fine. I really do think it will be among I think it's number 3.
I definitely put Elemental in there. I would maybe put Elemental 3. Also, we've been talking about Spider-Verse being like a lock in this category. I do think it is winning here, especially doing it in picture. Boy and the Heron is putting up a very good fight so far.
Maybe when it gets to the Oscars,
in the conversation.
I don't
But
know.
I don't
Because
think it's winning
the
here,
like, but here's the
but
thing, Thomas. If we have Spider-Verse being win competitive for VFX, maybe
yeah.
getting like, I mean, Spider-Verse could get a sound nom at the Oscars. It could. It's gonna get score. Boy and the Heron, like, it's far more locked into score than Boy and the Heron. Like, I just think there's far more, like, it's far closer to a screenplay nomination than Boy and the Heron. I just think it has way more, I guess,
Yeah.
potential. So I don't know. I don't know.
These
This
last
is
2
Nimona
spots,
Wish.
I mean, I'd assume one are for
I
Netflix too, and at this stage, if
don't
you
think.
still haven't really seen Chicken Run, I'd
Yeah,
probably
I
wait.
think people just saw Chicken Run over this last week, but I think
Exactly.
similar to Godzilla, I just don't know if it had enough time. Um, Interesting. Yeah, that is true. Like this neon FIC pack.
They could do Robot Dreams. They could.
I mean,
Um,
there's
I mean, you've
Suzume.
got, yeah, the International Suzume
So
P,
this is interesting.
Essence.
Robot Dreams on my spreadsheet for this season, 4th.
Yeah,
So Spider-Verse, Boy and the Heron each have 10 noms, 3 wins. They're level right now. Ninja Turtles has 7. Robot Dreams has 5 noms and a win. Elemental has 5 noms, and you have Nimona and Mario and 3, Suzume with 2. And that's everything with more than 1 right now. So we have 8 films right there. Wish
yeah.
just got its first one yesterday. I don't think they're going to do Wish. I really don't.
No, no, I feel like that's a very Globes thing to
And
do.
I
Is
don't
to
think
do
Mario's
Wish.
showing up anywhere else except maybe like PGA animated.
Maybe. Yeah. Actually, probably definitely PG animated. So
Definitely PGA animated. But yeah, I don't know. Like, do we think they go? I mean, I guess the question at this point is, do they do a Robot Dreams or Suzume, or do they default to Wish?
I'd say Robot Dreams or Suzume. I'd say
I
one of those
agree.
two.
I don't hate Ezra's argument of Robot Dreams.
I don't hate it.
I also know a
If
lot of people in Critics'
Globes,
Choice who
yeah,
love Suzume though.
if Globes did Suzume, I'd be more leaning to go with that.
But like they also have done things like I don't know, like Bellum, right? Like things like that, like the Hasada work. So like
Yeah,
I'm fine with going Suzume.
yeah, I
But
think so.
because
I think
I
so.
don't think Wish is gonna happen. I really do think that Wish will end up being Strange World. Like, sure, it got Globe, but I don't know. I also do feel kind of good that it's this top 5 for the Oscars. Maybe Chicken Run over
I mean,
Nimona.
we'll
Which
see
is like
about how Chicken Run performs. That's
I
just an
feel
unknown
good that
quantity
it's
at this stage.
I feel good that it's top 4 plus Netflix though. I guess
Yeah,
at this point.
agreed, agreed. For sure.
So yeah, okay. Suzume. This one.
Foreign language is a interesting category. Right.
Okay, Anatomy.
Anatomy Zone
And
or Zone.
I think it's Anatomy. I think it's Anatomy.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't matter. They're top 2, regardless. Past Lives isn't going to happen here, just like Minari didn't. Like it's their weird thing with Minari, where it's like it's purely off of the language, and this includes like where it was produced. So that's fine. Okay. Society of the Snow seems to be getting basically everywhere.
And it feels like a Critics' Choice thing that they would go for. Like, it's an easy
Right.
thing to do.
Fallen Leaves just feels like it's kind of happening every. I mean,
Developed
these are
narrative.
yeah. Fallen Leaves that has second most noms so far this season, just behind Anatomy and Zone. So
Yeah.
that'll be there. Other than that, so Society's the Snow's on 4. So is Teacher's Lounge and Totem. Perfect Days is on 3. Godzilla is on 2, as is The Taste of Things. And that's
Yeah.
how the season looks as far as multiple noms. Yo Capitano got in yesterday. So there's that. I think they're going to do Perfect Days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it. I don't know. Even though it didn't have any yesterday. I mean, and again, this is my favorite movie of the year, so maybe I'm like, but like it has to. So then we're looking at Totem.
Yeah.
Or do we think? I want to say something. Do we think
Mhm.
maybe they do Godzilla here? Oh, there's also Boy and the Heron.
No, I don't. If they're not doing Godzilla, and if we're not predicting it in VFX, I don't think we should predict it here. I think Boy and the Heron. If it's here and if it's available, why
We
would you
don't
not
think
do
that
it?
they do something like Totem or Teacher's Lounge.
I think they're more likely to go
Would
for Boy and
love
the
for
Heron.
Teacher's Lounge to happen. I also don't agree that. Yeah, I agree that Captain
yeah.
Is nothing.
Like, it did well
We
at
can go
Venice.
Boy and the Heron.
Did
We can
that.
go Boy and the Heron if you want. I could see it. I could see it. I would keep an eye out on Teacher's Lounge and Totem. I think they're definitely next to it. Also, Taste of Things. Taste of Things is so
Taste
weird.
of Things just hasn't really taken off, and it's
It
because
didn't get
Anatomy
a
and Fall
single
is still
EFA.
there.
Right.
currently Anatomy of a Fall is still, if you're gonna do a French film,
And
you're
just like
doing Anatomy of a
Monster.
Fall.
Monster should be
Yeah.
getting so much more love. And this is the problem with international feature when you make a country pick. Like movies just get so swept under the rug. Like Monster should be getting a massive push for this season, but since it wasn't selected by Japan, then like it just isn't getting anything, even though it's one of the best movies of the year. Like, and it's weird how like Anatomy's kind of been able to survive that really well, and Taste of Things just still isn't getting anything. So it's quite fascinating. But no, I'm fine with doing Boy and the Heron. Really would keep an eye on Totem and Teacher's Lounge though, and everybody watch Teacher's Lounge when you get a chance. It's excellent. Really amazing movie. Okay. Also Godzilla. Like I feel like as you say, kind of a package.
It could, but it would come along with VFX.
Right.
Yeah.
It's getting both VFX and foreign language or neither.
Yeah.
Okay, into the last couple. Oh yeah, and there's no doc because like CCDA, they have a separate award ceremony for documentaries.
Yeah.
So, Critics doc. Yeah. Hey, listen, it's my number 2 of all time on Letterboxd. Like it's that. Just like maybe the best movie ever. Yeah. Okay.
I think Oppenheimer can win here. I still would be backing Barbie hesitantly to win SAG. I think Oppenheimer will win this one. And then Killers is number 3, and then Poor Things is number 4.
Wow.
Easy top 4.
So obvious.
Yeah. I think Air happens.
I will throw something out here. I think Holdover should be here. I will throw something out here. Poor Things hasn't gotten a single nomination yet in this category. So Critics'
I mean, you've seen the film. To what extent is it a very small cast? To what extent is it just
it's pretty big. It's a pretty big cast.
Okay.
There's a lot of like bit supporting players who like pop up for like 5 minutes or so and then head out. But yeah, I mean, this is interesting. Iron Claw has been showing up a lot of places for ensemble, but I don't know. I feel like if that movie was going to start, it would have started yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Color Purple can happen here.
I wouldn't be putting Color Purple in when you've got American Fiction, Holdovers, and Air, which I think would be I think I'd be choosing 2 out of those 3.
Right. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised too, having seen it. Like I feel like Poor Things should just be happening. So I feel like Critics' Choice will go for it.
Yeah, especially if we're predicting it to do fairly well here, winning screenplay.
Sure, right.
Stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so Holdovers, I think will happen here.
Question is Air or American Fiction, and that is the question for me. Will they go for the safer option?
I think they go Air.
Most likely.
And it gets screenplay and ensemble as the 6.
Yeah.
Ironclaw, yeah. Again, Ironclaw is weird because like it got like NBR. I think it has 2 wins now. No, just 1 win, but 2 noms here, which does put it as the 5 actually on the spreadsheet, just behind Oppenheimer, Killers, Barbie, and Holdovers. So maybe. Saltburn as well.
You got Saltburn there, but I just don't know. I don't know if you're going to do that. I really don't. Even though if for ensemble, I would maybe consider it in a personal lineup. But
sure, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a 6 we're fine with for the most part.
For sure.
Everything else that we said is the alternates. Young actor, actress. Okay. So I think that we have crowned our personal choice, just like in the last couple of years, where it's last year we had Frankie Corio, which we were both blown away by. The year before there was Woody Norman, who we were just both blown away by. And then this year, it is Milo. Got to remember his full name. Milo Machado Grainer, Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, 100%. If he's not winning here,
no, but he's not going to. He's not going to.
Oh no. Oh, is he young enough?
He's under 21.
Okay, he's young enough. Fair enough then. Yeah.
It's going to be just like those previous 2 didn't win.
Yeah, if he's young enough, he'll be winning. If it's like a category where it's like 18 and under, obviously different story.
I think she happens.
You think she? I think. Yeah. I think Milo's more likely to win than her, and I feel like they're both just in for a nomination.
Maybe, regardless, they're both in.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's astonishing though. He should be getting an Oscar nomination, to be honest. Ariana Greenblatt as well for Barbie, absolutely happening.
Yeah.
I think that's how you spell her name. But yeah, I mean, massive part of the film. Like, if they love the film, they're just going to put her in. What else?
Ooh, it's a pretty barren category, this one.
Right. Let me say names.
Yeah.
So the only other person that's gotten multiple noms aside from these ones is Amon Villani from the Marvels. Could they go for her?
They could. Doesn't feel likely.
There is Ellie Graham from Margaret who plays like the friend. I'm pretty sure.
I could see that. I'd be happy to do that.
I'd be fine with going with that. And then do we want to say like I don't know. This is a really weak category. There's also Jude Hill in Haunting at Venice, which he won before, I guess.
See, I'd be more likely to go for him than Amon Villani.
I guess.
So, if there's no one
something
else.
that Lola Campbell should be happening for Scrapper. Absolutely. There's also Violet McGraw and Megan if they wanted to go kind of weird with it. But that's really it in the Jude Hill.
I'd say Jude Hill. I'd say Jude Hill.
I kind of want to go Amon Villani. I think that they're going to go for her.
I disagree.
I want to go Amon Villani.
I feel like we deferred to me a lot, so you can have this one if you want.
I feel like that will happen. I feel like there will be a push to like make her happen. So we'll go with that. I could see Jude Hill. I just don't know if anybody even saw Haunting at Venice. So I don't.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, Halle Bailey's too old, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, comedy. Last category here, everybody. What are the best comedies? So, okay, Barbie winning, I think, pretty clearly.
Yes, most likely.
And then Poor Things. This will be interesting. Are they going to count May December as a comedy?
I would imagine so. I'd imagine so. Just 1 second. I'll be right back if you just want to riff and unload this category.
I'll okay. What are other comedies that could be here? I think we got again, are they going to count May December? Because if they do, like I would consider it a comedy. I think it's comedy soap, right? And I think comedies can also be about serious things, but I don't know. I think American Fiction will definitely happen. And then let's see, what do we have in the chat? Joyride, would love to see that happen. No Hard Feelings would be fun. This absolutely should be moved to the Super Awards. I don't know why it's still here. Bottoms, I'm gonna put in Bottoms.
Okay, wow, that's
just because
quite the way to enter that. Right.
Oh, yeah, the Holdovers, I guess, if they count
Holdovers, if it's a comedy. If it's a comedy.
And then Margaret?
I guess that would count as well. I guess that would count as well.
I don't know if they're going to count May December. If they do, it's in.
Why wouldn't they? Like they did at the Globes, and voting happened during the Globes voting. I don't know why they wouldn't count May December. I really don't. I just don't understand where this discourse has come from. It's clearly a comedy.
You don't think they're going to count Holdovers? Okay, we're just going to make a longer list here. So we're going to put in italics that, and we're going to italicize this as well. As if they're in, then they're there. And then I think Margaret is over Bottoms.
Yes, agreed.
And then if not, then what's our extra here? If neither of these is eligible. Then I would think that I would go Joyride or No Hard Feelings, probably.
Yeah, I'd go No Hard Feelings probably over Joyride.
Oh, I'd go Joyride, but
I think they're much. Either way, I don't think either of them will make it. I think
a pain movie's never been nominated.
Holdovers is really.
It feels very explicitly like a comedy.
It feels very explicitly a comedy.
More so than his other work.
I don't know. Keep it there and keep it in the italics.
Yeah, in the italics. Yeah. I would lean Joyride. I think that No Hard Feelings is just for Jennifer's performance, but I think as a whole, I've been seeing this like Joyride being mentioned more, and also I think it deserves more. So, and that's what we're going to defer to here. I think that Bottoms definitely can happen. If one,
I'd have it over. Yeah, I'd have it over Joyride or No Hard Feelings.
Yeah. And it'd be so well deserved. But yeah, okay. These are interesting. It's going to be really interesting whether they show up or not and what they count. I mean, Poor Things as well should be counted, but we'll
see.
add on this at the bottom here just in case, I guess, because like American Fiction feels very explicitly like a comedy. Air definitely won't come close. I don't think they're going to do this. And I think they do nominate more like explicit like explicitly, known as a comedy. So we'll see. We're going to put in these things as if they're eligible, they're here. If not,
sure.
they're going to go down to like American Fiction, Margaret Bottom's Joyride.
Yeah, I'd agree with all of that. And either way, I think Barbie is the clear.
Barbie is obviously winning no matter what, because that is explicitly a comedy and it's at the top of all these in the Best Picture list. So yeah,
100%.
Barbie, obviously. But I think that is everything. Does anybody have any questions? I feel like I'm in a class or something. Questions before we leave? I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, this is what we're landing at. This is. I don't think that we've changed our mind on May December as the top choice.
No, with free acting plus screenplay plus if you've got enough space to do Haynes.
Yeah. Okay, favorite was nominated, so it's Poor Things. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. We'll take a look back through these. If there's any questions, we'll be happy to answer. But if not, we'll probably wrap up here in a few minutes. It's late for Thomas.
It is quite late.
Close to 2:00 here in the morning.
Indeed.
I stayed up until 5 a.m. the night before Globe nominations for some reason. Just because there was I didn't have anything to do. I just decided to. So then I got an hour of sleep before those. So if I seem off in that video, I was on an hour of sleep. Yeah. This is so real. Which just means that I'm brain broken. But yeah. Also shout outs to Thomas just because. Also real.
Thank you.
Makes me function.
Yes, that is true.
Unironically.
Do bring the sanity to this sometimes.
Yep. I'm all over the place. But cool. Yeah, no, I have exams. Okay. So we're gonna talk about this. So the Critics' Choice Awards announcement at 11 tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
I have an exam at 10. And then I have another thing, a rehearsal for something at 2. So we're definitely going to be able to record the reaction tomorrow. I don't know. The rehearsal goes until 9. So I might not have time to edit it until after that. The video might not be out tomorrow for our Critics' Choice nomination, like reaction discussion. It might not be out until like 10:30 tomorrow night. So yeah. Is it? Wait, our best.
Oh, it might well be.
Best Picture. It is, isn't it?
Interesting.
That's kind of fascinating. Very interesting.
I mean, because we have just really gone for the top
I don't know if
10.
I don't know if that makes me feel
the top 10 American films that we're likely to predict. So that kind of makes sense.
With No Color Purple and
and then not doing that for his own.
Interesting. I still think I'm fine with that because they don't usually do. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I was talking about all those times in Central. So in case there's confusion, Central Time, because that's where I live. Chicago critics are announcing winners currently. We will look at those in a later video. Cool. Yeah. May December is not a comedy. I don't know. I think it's a mix.
I think it's a mix, but I think there are enough comedic elements there for it to just be considered.
And we won't get into debate. Jack. Okay. I'm gonna pull. So we're gonna expose Jack here. Hello, Jack. I was talking about Australia. I can't remember why. Jack said that Australia was part of Asia.
And
and then we had a debate about that. So yeah, you can attempt to explain yourself, Jack, but we're gonna throw that information out there. Australia is an interesting country.
It certainly is. It certainly is. You say that now. I don't believe him. I
don't believe him either. I don't believe him either. We're gonna.
And there's no way of him defending himself. That's what's so we can just throw out these wild
he's not on the stream. He's not on the stream, so we can say whatever we want about Jack right now. I have a bachelor's degree. Yeah, in America. I'm an American too.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that. But anyways, yep. Australia.
Australia.
Co-
Is it real? Who knows? Who knows?
they made Ange Postecoglou coach of Tottenham, which maybe two of you care about. But that's why we love Australia and
I
proof that
think
they're real.
two's a stretch, probably.
One, a half
Yeah.
person.
There's one Tottenham fan who's also subscribed to our channel, probably. If that.
Yeah, probably. If that. So yeah. Oh, we've lost Thomas. Well, I think that is probably a cue to end the stream on Australia. That is it. So thank you everybody for watching. We will have our Critics' Choice nominations reactions at some point tomorrow. This is very eerie with Thomas just like right there. Okay, he's just texted me. Okay, Thomas just texted me that his computer died. So that is cue to end stream, everybody. We're just gonna leave eerily frozen Thomas right there. Jack promises is not an idiot. Make up your own minds, everybody. But we'll see you all at some point tomorrow whenever I can edit the video for Critics' Choice nominations reactions. But until then, these are our predictions. Thank you everybody so much for joining live. Oh, he disappeared. And until next time, stay safe, everybody. Thank you for watching and goodbye.